Hey, it's Lucas. Right now I'm in New Jersey, and it's been a little bit since my last video, but yeah, somehow it's been busy. I don't know, all I do is walk, but when you get into town, everything passes really fast. Uh, so New Jersey, passed by a few states since the last video. I was in Vermont, so I've been through Massachusetts, Connecticut, and New York. And I'm gonna make a separate video for each state. So I'm just gonna start with Massachusetts. And the first town we came across was definitely the most noteworthy. It was right around the time when we started running into a lot of northbounders, and it's really nice sitting around the shelter. When you meet them, you talk about the towns that you've come across recently, and they tell you what you're gonna hit soon. And the most important thing is always like free places to stay, free food for hikers and things like that. But for probably a week before we came into North Adams, we kept hearing legends about free Mexican food in North Adams. And they'd always be different. One guy would say, oh, you get a free taco. One guy would say, your whole meal is free aside from drinks, or just drinks are free, or just all kinds of things. So we didn't really know what to expect. But we got into North Adams pretty late, right around probably 6 o'clock dinner time. So we hitched into like the middle of town, some festival going on. It was really crowded, but we finally found the Mexican restaurant everyone's talking about. So it's me and three others, the four of us, sat down there and asked for the hiker special. So the waitress laughed a little bit and was like, yeah, pretty much how it works. You pick out what you want, just drinks, food, everything, and it's all on the house. So we couldn't really believe it. And so we were a little bit frugal. We didn't get an appetizer and just got water for drinks. And I like a chicken fajita thing. It was delicious, but we just didn't really want to push it. But in the end, the lady just, when she takes our plates, she's like, yeah, do you want dessert or anything? If not, just feel free to stay, but your tab is settled. So that was fantastic. But we didn't get dessert or anything. And afterwards hit up a McDonald's just to satisfy the rest of our hunger. But right after that, it was getting dark, and the next shelter was 3-4 miles away, near the top of Mount Greylock, the tallest mountain in Massachusetts. Which, you know, it's not saying that much, but after the Whites, of course. But it was still a bit of a trek up, and it was right as it was getting dark, and we had full stomachs, so that made it pretty difficult. But that was definitely a very cool town. Definitely advise anybody on the trail that will ever come across North Adams that there's a Mexican place has free food. We talked to another southbounder that went through there that just had like ridiculous amount of food, just appetizer, one of the most expensive things on the menu, dessert, and like 3-4 margaritas to celebrate the new state. I don't know, that seemed to be pushing it. He said the restaurant didn't really mind, but I just would have felt a bit bad. But after that, the rest of Massachusetts didn't have all too much going on. I think, yeah, Upper Goose Pond Cabin was a place we came across. It was just like half a mile road crossing. Just a half mile side trail to it. And it's this cabin by a lake, really nice. And the lady there cooked breakfast for us, just coffee and pancakes. And had a bunk room. It's a pretty cool place, just a fancy AT shelter. And see, after that, one town in Mass, we walked straight through it. At least I think it was in Mass. I didn't really write it down in my journal, but I believe it was in Mass. And there's this side of the road ice cream store. So like, oh, that's awesome. I'll go in there and get an ice cream, because I walked right past it. It was around lunchtime, and I'm always hungry, so I thought ice cream would be amazing. And I ordered this ridiculously large ice cream. It's like 4 scoops of like chocolate chip cookie dough, and I was looking forward to it. It's going to be amazing. And they also had soda, so I ordered a large soda. And right as she's about to scoop the ice cream into the cone, I read a sign that's like, oh, cash only. So I'm like, oh, I don't have cash. So I quickly stopped her before she put the ice cream in the cone. I was like, oh, you don't take cards? Where's the closest ATM? And she's like, there's one like 2 miles down by the post office, but that's not open yet. So I just kind of walked out, rejected, and it's kind of sad. Started packing up my stuff. Right as I put my pack back on, this lady walks out with a massive ice cream, gives it to me anyway. So definitely shout out to that place. It was really made my day. And there's been a lot of that now that we've come across the Northbounders. There's so many trail angels leading Trail Magic. It's been really great. The rest of Mass, just normal hiking. It's a short state compared to the rest, and next few states were really short. Connecticut, New York, New Jersey are all pretty short. So yeah, I guess I'll end this video here. I decided to do it while walking because I never really know what to do. Like, the pictures of talking were in the background, or just me sitting somewhere talking. Everything just seems kind of strange. But yeah, next video I'm gonna record like 10 seconds after this about Connecticut.